I feel like I'm always battling against imposter syndrome. It doesn't matter how many projects go well or how much good feedback I get. I never seem to feel like I know what I'm doing. How can I learn to believe in myself?
Yeah, I can imagine this would come up quite a lot, which is funny, right? Because again, we talked about the facts and what is true, and that's really key. So if you're delivering great work, if you are getting the positive feedback, you work in industries where you wouldn't get positive feedback. You would get changes, you would get asks for version 2, version 3, and also you wouldn't continue to have the role if you weren't good at that role. So really focusing in on facts versus how you feel is a nice way to approach that. I'm also a really big believer in feedback folders. So anytime anyone says anything positive about you, about your work, whether it's personal, professional, a client, your boss, drag that feedback into an inbox folder that, could be called great wins or feedback or love or whatever it is that you need to call it. And when you're having days when you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I can actually do this, or why am I in this industry, open that folder, get a little quick reminder, and then hopefully it'll fill your cup and make you feel ready to approach the brief.
That is very good. What a great idea. You should absolutely have one of those. Because also it's one of those things that like sometimes it can be quite rare, right? Like depending on what it is that you do. I'm sure Dan's, you've been in a presentation like this, but we used to get feedback sometimes on work, which is like no negative comments. And that was, that was a win. Whereas, when you do get it, it's good, like bottle it and look at the things that, led you to getting that good feedback. That's really good.
Creative work too is so emotional for the creators, right? Like you are putting your heart and soul into this, and the curiosity and the reason that you're in it is because you love to do this. And then the result is often quite transactional. We paid you for a job, you delivered that job. Great. So it doesn't make sense to often expect thanks, but being a good human, it's nice to obviously get that thanks. So just remembering that, and also celebrating success within your team would be a really beautiful thing to cultivate as well.
Is there anything else on how you, like what you choose to focus on? Because I guess what's also in this question is like, no matter how much good feedback I get, I'm always questioning myself. Are there any other like tactics around going, well, I'm going to focus on this, or I've been able to compartmentalize and park this? Because I've definitely seen creatives they'll have won an award, they'll have been recognized internally, their team will have said, this is great, they got a promotion, and then there'll be one comment on a website somewhere, and it's like, oh, it wasn't very good, was it? Like, I've got to do better. Is there ways to focus on the good?
I mean, I would be interrogating a little bit as to where that stemmed from, that sort of disbelief of, if everyone is pointing to you and saying you're doing a great job, then why is it that you're hooking on to that one negative thing? And that's, the kind of stuff that we unpack with therapy. But tactically, it would be, again, just really trying to shut that out and focus on all of those positive things that come through. And also maybe understanding, like, is there a shadow there? Was there something that you weren't proud of with the work, and that person has just happened to really put the pin into that with that comment, even though to everyone else it might seem fleeting, but to you it's like, oh yeah, that's the one piece I didn't research thoroughly, or that's the one color I wasn't sure that I should have used in this instance. Sometimes being seen in that way can be really tricky too.
Yeah, really good point. Dan, how do you drown it out?
I'd love the feedback screen grab thing. I feel like I've tried to do that in the past as well, and it's just always kind of nice to go back over those things. I think as just a little reminder of like, oh yeah, we did a great job on that thing, and that's nice. I think there's like a closure as well to when a project ends that I think we're very quick to move on from and be on to the next thing, and you don't necessarily always celebrate or like mark that moment enough. And again, just the realities of the environments we work in, where it's quite quick turnover and you're on to the next thing, marking that moment and doing those sort of wash up sessions where you're like, what worked well, what can we do better next time, and if there's any like instant kind of wins or results from that is always a really great exercise to do. But yeah, and I think it's just kind of keeping that in mind and seeing every project as an opportunity to kind of learn and get a little bit better at something. Again, that one project doesn't define you. There's always going to be something else.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And picking out the thing that you wanted to achieve with a project, which might not be the end result that everyone's commenting on, but knowing that you were able to learn a new process or skill or something and that you delivered it and executed it is actually a good way of evaluating work as well. So being able to go that, yeah, look, that's true. I now can do that. And that's what that project did for me. I think is also a nice way of being able to explain your work as well.